All right, in the run up to the release of Disclosure Day on Wednesday, I'm reviewing as many of Steven Spielberg's movies as I can. We're going to talk about Raiders of the Lost Ark. Released in 1981, Raiders of the Lost Ark is based on the story by George Lucas and directed by Steven Spielberg. Set in 1936, the film stars Harrison Ford as Indiana Jones, a globe-trotting archaeologist, as he races against Nazi German forces to recover the long-lost Ark of the Covenant, which is said to make an army invincible. Teaming up with his tough former romantic interest, Marion, Jones races to stop rival archaeologist Belloc, played by Paul Freeman, from guiding the Nazis to the Ark and its power. Raiders of the Lost Ark. What can I say that is negative? I can't. Raiders of the Lost Ark has everything. It has adventure. It has romance. It has action. It even has horror. It has comedy. And a lot of wonder. From a very early age, I watched Raiders of the Lost Ark. That face melting scene absolutely frightened me as a child, but I have been obsessed with this movie for a very long time now. Actually, my favorite movie is Temple of Doom, which I will hopefully get around to reviewing. If I don't review it before Disclosure Day, I definitely will do it at some stage. Recent years have given us Kingdom of the Crystal Skull and The Dial of Destiny, both films I very much dislike. But Raiders of the Lost Ark is absolutely fantastic. It has great pacing to begin with. Everything just goes at 100 miles an hour, and it feels like it never slows down or you never lose interest. Whenever I watch this movie, it has my undivided attention purely because it's just so good. Harrison Ford's performance as Indiana Jones is timeless and classic and incredible. I actually think it's his best performance. I love Star Wars, I love Han Solo, but his performance as Indiana Jones is unquestionably his best. The set pieces are absolutely amazing. The tombs that he enters, and most notably that intro where he has the boulder scene, that is just iconic. Exceptionally well executed, and it has a great script. The supporting cast are phenomenal. It does a great job at giving us the really worn, very much like how they did with Star Wars, how he has that worn, gritty look to it. Talking about the original Star Wars, this one has has Cairo in that kind of environment. But there's a supernatural side to the movie, and there's a supernatural side to all of his movies. All of these Indiana Jones movies has this supernatural side, but it's never fully exposed, and for that reason, it has a hint of mysticism behind it. What I love about this film is that how it's able to transcend across all genres masterfully without ever feeling like it's trying too hard, or it never feels out of place when it does change its kind of tone throughout the movie. So the fight sequences, especially the one with the plane and the Nazis and all of that stuff, reminds me very much of the stunt show over at Hollywood Studios in Orlando. It's one of the special places in my heart that I like to call my second home. And that stunt show, I really hope it never goes away because I absolutely love it. I just had to mention this in this review because it's based around this film, and it's cool to see those stunts performed by these amazing stunt coordinators. Couple of my favorite scenes. Obviously we have that intro, like I said, with the boulder. That's one of the most iconic moments in the film. But the scene where they find where the ark's buried and they get there before the Nazis, to then be discovered and they are left in the tomb, and Indy's trying to find a way out and he's surrounded by snakes, which he fears. The romance in this movie is totally believable. You feel the chemistry between the characters. One thing I do like is she's never a damsel in distress, which is kind of way before its time. You know, now we look at these movies that are coming out and we have these characters that are written specifically not to be damsels in distress. And, you know, strong female characters. And Marion is one of the first. I like this take on almost like a period piece at times. Obviously, it's not factually correct, but we have biblical history, we have Nazi history, all clashing together to bring all of these different themes. One of the most iconic shots for me is actually Harrison Ford stood on the top of a cliff looking down at the Nazi army holding a rocket launcher, threatening to blow the Ark up and all of his troops. And then coming to face the truth that is he wasn't going to blow that up because he cares too much about this artifact and that he knows it belongs in a museum and he needs to save it from the Nazis. You believe that Indiana Jones has the care for these artifacts that he presents in the film. And what can we say about John Williams' fantastic score? It absolutely just makes the movie transcend to another level. That Indiana Jones theme especially, and the romantic themes, very much like Empire Strikes Back, is up there with some of his best work. In fact, you can kind of see some very big similarities to Empire's themes and this one by John Williams. They're very close, especially the romance scene. There's even a few notes in there as the romance theme kicks in that actually sounds like some of the themes from Empire. Impeccable writing from George Lucas proves that he can write a hell of a story. Say what you want about the prequels, but he can write a story. When I try and think about the flaws of the movie, I can't think of any. I really can't. It's got everything that I want from a movie like this. The adventure's great, the romance is great, the horror is great, an amazing supporting cast that have plenty of screen time and plenty of characterization, great direction, great cinematography, great score. Undoubtedly one of the best movies of all time, and this is absolute cinema for me. What I love is you can watch this movie if you're in the mood for any of the genres. It isn't held down by a genre, and it's not deep either. Like, not too deep in the fact that if you want to watch a bunch of Nazis getting punched in the face, it's a perfectly fun movie on the surface. There's no slow burn or anything like that. It's breakneck speed pacing and absolutely belongs on the IMDb Top 100 list, and in fact is one of the movies on that list that I've watched. Check out my TikTok if you want to see all the films I'm watching on the top IMDb 100 and all my reactions to them. I will get over doing reviews for all of the movies over time, but there's a lot of movies there to cram in while watching all the new stuff and leading up to stuff as well. So I've got reviews everywhere. Just go and check them out if you've got the time. If you like this video, give me a thumbs up and a comment down below. Let me know what you thought. It pushes me out into the algorithm for new people and new people on my channel. And I'll see you real soon with the next one. Take care of yourselves.